Hey everyone, I want to say happy December, happy mid-month energy forecast. For those of you that are new, welcome. And the only thing I'm cheating with here is my calendar. I pull it up here because every 5 minutes I forget what day I'm talking about, which, you know, that's why I'm connected because they can remember better than I can. So, with that, I just want to go ahead and begin. We're going to look at today's the 14th, it's Pacific time in California. So I think that we will look at, and it's about, it's another screen. It's around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're going to look at the 14th, which is today, Thursday, and we'll go ahead and go through the 17th, which is Sunday. Let's just see what Spirit has for everybody. I will preface too before I begin to really tap in that Mercury's retrograde right now. You've heard me talk about it before. It doesn't affect everyone the same, but I am feeling a lot of compression of energy and stop, start, stop, start. So if the rest of you are, just a good sense of humor helps. Helps a lot with that. All right, so let's look and see what Spirit has in store. All right, what I'm seeing is some of you may be trying to create something or get something started, motivate people, just create something. And I feel like you keep going back to the beginning, and it reminds me a lot of what I just talked about. A lot of stop, start, stop, start. So I want to say if you can delay projects a little bit, or don't push on something that isn't ready to come to manifestation. It can be if you're planning a party, or if you are doing a project in the backyard, or if you're doing projects at work and you're really trying to get the information together, or you're really trying to get things lined up. Don't try too hard because things are just going to spring back to the beginning. No matter how much you try, it's just going to spring right back to the beginning. So they're really wanting us to just stay centered right where we're at. I do see too that a lot of people, the way they are understanding, and this has to do with communication also, that they're starting to open up to the way things are communicated between people. I know we've all heard a lot about fake news, et cetera, et cetera. For people that do energy work, we really, I can tell more by somebody's energy, the way that they are, the tonal quality of the voice, just the energy they're bringing in will tell me whether or not they are being truthful or have integrity, or whether people don't always intend to not be in integrity, by the way. Sometimes they really are just in a rush to be something they're not ready to be, and the foundation hasn't been laid there. And so it's like um, somebody saying they can do something, but you can feel the energy that they cannot because they do not have the skill set yet. And for a lot of you listening to people communicate right now, you're starting to sense and feel the hidden message in communication, or that people are saying this, but they don't, that doesn't mean that they're going to do that. Or what they're really saying is, if you do this, then I'll do this. So it's almost as though you're starting to see the whole picture when people communicate. And a lot of people are really opening up with their understanding in that way. And it's helping to create some discernment, which is really good. But for some people, they feel like, well, what do we have to pull out a dictionary now and actually get, the definition, Webster's definition of a word, and be literal? How do we? Doesn't anything mean anything anymore? Don't don't these words or this definition, doesn't the definition mean something anymore? And so it's creating a lot of confusion with people. Um, I feel like a lot of people are walking through their days but it's almost like they're walking through their days, but they're not really present in their body. They're kind of checked out because they can't wrap themselves around the way things are shifting. And so they're a little bit, not so much out of their body, they've just kind of relocated. So their body's functioning and they're just doing their daily routine, but in the back of their mind, or their higher self is really trying to help them understand how to read energy in a better way, to trust your gut, to trust what you're feeling, to trust what you already know. Um, and so people are doing a lot of, like, it's a lot of alchemical processes taking place, because in order to hear what isn't being said and to sense energy, you have to learn to be one with all of your environment so that everything is speaking to you at the whole same time. And it is an alchemical process. It is where you communicate, everything can communicate with you, whether it be your home, a garden, a flower, an object. Everything carries vibration and everything has information to share. And as we learn to merge with, it's like I'm hearing the information highway, which is, we consider that the computer that I'm using right now, but it's not the computer I'm using right now. It is the field that we all are working in, living in, participating in, is coming alive and speaking to us in a much broader sense. And for people that are changing and reflecting and pondering, because all it takes is that, does that mean something different, or what's going on? And you start to ask questions, and then your energy starts to shift and go, oh, did you want to know the answer? And there is an actual chemical change, because to stay in this environment, the state, the true, the loop of consciousness that goes round and round, the hamster wheel, it's a very dense environment, and you really snip away a lot of your other senses that are very natural and always have been, but because we live in a concrete environment, people have lost touch with that. So people are changing on an alchemical level. So I want to say, they're also saying that a lot of information is coming in waves. So just ride the wave and be courteous and kind to people that are still processing. All right, because there's a lot of that happening right now. Let me see what else they want to say about these next 4 days. I do feel like around Saturday and into Sunday, I'm hearing shift. So there's going to be, I feel as though people are going to be a little more cautious, and not in a paranoid way either. Just, there's a shift taking place, but I see them being like, what's around the corner here? Or is what I think going to happen? Do I want to be involved? Do I want to sit back? So I see people kind of checking things out a little more thoroughly. I am seeing too, this is very interesting, I'm seeing like a flashlight, and it's like everything goes black, and there's a flashlight. So I don't know if we're going to hear of a power outage somewhere, and people actually sitting in the dark, because I feel like this is literal. I feel that closer to around Sunday. So could be what they call a geoelectrical storm that cuts everything out. So for everybody, just be prepared. Know where your flashlights are and your candles. All right, let's look at the 18th to the 22nd, which is Monday to Friday. I see some people kind of confused. It's almost like the picture they're showing me is like riding a horse and then getting off the horse, then riding a horse and then getting off a horse. Like, do I want to be on the horse? Or do I want to be off the horse? Do I want to? Am I with it or am I not with it? And I feel like there's a confusion, or not even a confusion as much as I can't make up my mind whether I want to be on this side, or am I going? Am I not going? Am I participating or am I not participating? So there's a lot of on off, on off, on off. All right. I have to say Mercury's having a party with us right now. It's done on the 23rd of December, so it'll ease up. We're right in the meat of it right now. Let's see. I also see new friends and people bringing friends in to meet other friends. Like, I want you to meet this person, or inviting people to do things with you, inviting people into your home, into your environment, into your things that you like to do, sharing yourself and sharing your friends with other friends. I also see that a lot of you are going to be trying to get some clarity on the future. All right, and I'm hearing InfoWars. I'm familiar with some of those types of sites. So I don't know if one of those types of sites, InfoWars, I'm not real familiar, but sometimes it can be a little fear mongering, or look out for this, or this is going to be happening. So I see people really wanting to look real hard at what's coming up in the future, because I feel like there's going to be some information come up where it will be purported, oh, everybody needs to be careful, this is going to happen, blah blah. And I don't know that if that's true, but I see people really searching, like, what's happening in the future, what's going to happen. And I don't feel it on an emotional level as much as we really need to pay attention to what's happening out there. And I feel like it's meant to be a forewarning. So it's making people, even if they know to maybe have some discernment, it's making them question or get more clarity. Is this true? Are these the facts? Is something getting ready to happen, etc. All right. And I am hearing something about the president. And it's interesting, the word I'm hearing is presidential race. And we know we already have a president, and there is not a presidential race right now. So it may be some information pertaining to the presidential race. We will hear that around Thursday of that week. I also want to say, don't cry over spilt milk. If something comes up, and this is in our personal day-to-day life, I don't know if you grew up like I did, but if you spilt milk at the table, it was not a good thing. And as we got older, and myself and my peers, we chose to we're going to clean it up. It's okay. Don't cry over something that's not a big deal. I guess in the quest to be perfect, I think there must have been something around my parents' generation that expected extreme structure. Although I have really chill parents now. But anyways, I also see those of you that have been looking for some healing. I see a lot of healing taking place in that week. It's like I'm finally over that cold, or that, the flu I've had is finally leaving me, or that ache and pain I had is finally leaving. So I see a lot of healing taking place, like ongoing healing. Like every day I'm getting better and better and better. That's really good. All right. That looks good. And then let's see. We're going to look at the 23rd through to the 25th, which is Saturday to Christmas Day, the 25th. Well, I see a lot of love and a lot of healing. Some of you that have been in grief, I see you really getting the love and the healing and the nurturing that you're needing. Many of us that have had this experience know what it feels like to come into the holidays without somebody we love. and or with something that used to be a certain way is no longer there. So I see a lot of healing coming to many of you that are not knowing how it's going to be this holiday season. I also see that some people are going to be choosing to do things a little differently. Um, Not choose to be with their family, choose to create their own traditions. So, we just want to roll with that. Um, I do want to say, like, around Saturday, which would be right before Christmas Eve, anything that is perceived as an obstacle, maybe just walk around it, avoid it. All right. In other words, avoid confrontation, avoid conflict. Don't try to push something through, just go around the situation. Because the situation could come up that would feel like a block, and just redirect and change what you're going to do. Things will be a lot more balanced out. All right, let's look at the 26th, which is Tuesday, and let's go all the way to the new year on the 31st. Tuesday to the 31st. All right. I feel like after Christmas that I feel that people are going to be very optimistic and goal oriented, and like I talked about this first week from the 14th, whatever, that don't try to make a project fulfill itself sooner than it's ready. Now the energy will be working with you, and you can get things done, and get things done in a very fast way and in a very easy way. It's funny because I have a button from Office Depot, the one that says that was easy. And that's what I'm hearing. That was easy. So, what seemed difficult will be that was easy. It's going to be much easier. I feel much more of a flow and a support from the planets. Like they're going to be helping us and lifting us up and helping us move forward faster, easier. I also see a lot of clarity. It's as though people are like, all of a sudden, everything's clear. I know exactly what I want to do, where I want to go, what I want to take care of in my environment. Just a lot of clarity and not so much of optimism. It's not that people won't be optimistic, but just clear about where they're going, what they need to do, and what they're going to take care of. Yeah, all. I don't know what I want to say here, but anyways, full force ahead. Let's see if there's anything else. No, that feels pretty good there. So I want to look at the 14th to the 31st as a whole and just see. Well, I feel that take it easy. Energy wise, take it easy. Don't push, don't pull. Take time to daydream. It's okay, because if the energy is not supporting you getting something done right now, slow down, take it easy. Feel the energy. It will push you forward. It's funny because I keep hearing mother, call your mother. So for those of you that need to call your mother, call your mother. Because mother energy is coming up very strong. And I don't get that as in Gaia, I get it as in traditional mother. So those of you that have been thinking about your mom or thinking of reaching out, connect with your mother. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, there will be, I'm hearing strange events. I feel like that there's going to be some strange or different events happening in our skies, in our nighttime skies, and something that may seem unexplainable may occur in our night skies. And I feel that more, we're not going to have to wait till the end of December. It's more halfway through, okay? Excuse me. Which would be, let's just look here. What is halfway through? Is, yeah, around the 20th, right in there, midway point. maybe 23rd. We're going to hear about some anomalies, things happening in the skies. We also are going to hear something about gas, fuel, um, maybe around cost or pricing, maybe a way to regulate it, something around that. I also feel that many of you that are wanting to sell your homes, that now's the time that you're going to decide, I'm leaving here. I don't want to be here anymore. Wherever you're living, it's like I'm making a change of residence. So I feel that shift. And I don't feel impulsive. I just feel that it's the time I'm ready to do this. I want to say for some of you, the energy, you may experience others around you too. So it's interesting to understand. It's like a weather forecast that I see people kind of struggling to hold on. Trying to, people that are in that wave pattern of desperation, of life is a struggle, everything's hard, things are so difficult. Um, and, we do have difficulties in life, but we don't make it a mantra. And there are those that carry that as a mantra. So be aware that there could be some struggle energy around uh, the next few weeks, the beginning 14th now to the next few weeks, that you'll feel some of people feeling like they're struggling or they're losing hope, or I can't hang in here anymore. I don't want to, and I'm not meaning as in exiting. I'm meaning as people that have been maybe trying to hold on to a relationship, whether it be a work relationship, community relationship, or personal relationship, or that they just personally don't know if they can make it in whatever it is they're struggling with. Like, I'm really struggling. So we just want to wake people up out of that struggle aspect and help them to redirect their energy. And of course, the best way to do that is to notice where your blessings are. Notice what is working. If what isn't working, then don't work it. Go to what is working. And sometimes just sitting, getting in bed, putting the covers up and watching TV, or just chilling out and reading a good book, that's what's working. So stick with what's simple. All right. If we start counting what is working for us, it really supersedes what is not. Many times that it's time to let go, time to move on, time to release. So just be gentle with those around you that may be going through these things. And let's see. I think I will tap into New Year's Eve and New Year's Day a little bit, since we're coming into a new year. Maybe I'll just look at 2018 and yeah, there's the weather forecast. What's the weather forecast for 2018? And they're meaning that in terms of energy, the energy that we'll be seeing. I feel as though many of us are going to be moving towards our goals uh, in a much clearer fashion. In other words, whatever your goals and aspirations are, I feel like you're being lifted up and being pulled forward. So it's almost like, oh, I'm elevated. I'm on this train, not on the struggle train, but I'm on the train that's like moving easily and freely. Um, but for many of you that are working on achieving something in your life, or wanting, have felt like the universe isn't supporting you, I feel like you're going to be being supported. It's going to be lifted up and just move forward. It's going to feel very good. And yeah, I do see that there, I hear it's going to be a lot of fun 2018, but I also hear something around people being, that people being frightened, that there could be something where people would be like that, where they're frightened. So I want to give encouragement there. All right. We've all had a lot of things lately that have given us pause, that we have wondered, what's happening, and I guess it's a thing of, are we safe? Okay. But I want to give encouragement that there may be something August to end of September in there, where we may feel frightened, and things can happen where people live with these things daily in some countries. So we're so blessed in the United States, and I'm not speaking just to the United States, all right? So I want you to learn to have some empathy for everybody else in these other countries that are dealing with different issues. Clean water, electricity, basics, feeding your children, feeding yourself, just basic needs are not met in some places. This frightened, let's not have ourselves have to be frightened in order to have empathy and compassion and understand the brotherhood of man. All right. So if you see somebody that needs help, help them. Help them help themselves. Be an encourager. All right. And with that, I want to say God bless you all. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And thank you for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. And if there's anything specific you'd like me to touch in with that you feel I'm not covering in these mid-months, just let me know and I'll work hard to see if I can do that for you. Thank you so much.